Thank you for inviting me. Thank you.
Wow, it's showtime. Hi, everyone.
Hi,
And
we are live.
yeah, we are live. And today I'm very happy together with Mrs. Ngao Fan from USA. We are very happy here to welcome a very special guest coming to our page today, Mrs. Debra, all the way from Mexico. Hi, Mrs. Debra.
Hi, Debra.
Hi.
Hi, anh Thơ.
Yeah, thank you very much for coming here today with us, and we really admire you because of all the way the road to success that you have overcome, and you have been achieving a lot of happiness and success in your life and online business as well. So we are very honored to have you here today, sharing with us some of your experience and also sharing your point of view about one of the topic that we plan to say today. It is about giving, right? Giving is key. But first of all, probably people are very like hunger for the some information about yourself. So can you say something about yourself, please?
Okay, first of all, I'll introduce myself. My name is Debra. I am first and foremost a child of God. I am a mother of 6, a grandmother of 19, and a great-grandmother of 6, soon to be a great-grandmother of 7, and I'm a successful online business owner. So I came to this business in February of 2017. So I've been here for 6 years. Anyways, I had lost my job in 2015. My position had been eliminated. And, they gave me a great severance package. And I used to make really good money. And I thought, well, I'll take a year off work. I've worked all my life, having 6 kids. I always had to work. So, and when I was having my children, there was no such thing as maternity leave. You'd have a baby on Friday and back to work on Monday, right? So, I thought I'm going to take a year off work and I'm going to pay some bills and, do these things, but I'm going to take some time for myself. I'm going to go on a couple of vacations and I'm going to, just do what I want to do for one full year. Well, I was bored after 1 year. I'm not a person that can sit and do nothing. So anyways, I started looking for work and I was getting lots of interviews, but they were all asking me, how long do you plan on staying in the workforce? I was 60 years old and they knew that, I wasn't going to be there forever. So I said to them, I get it. I really do. Being an accountant by trade, I really get it. I understand that you're looking for somebody right out of university that's going to give you 20 to 30 years. I understand that. So I thought, what am I going to do? I can't go without work because a few years prior to that, we had a family situation happen that took every penny that we had in savings and investments to help do what we needed to do. And so I had no funds. I had nothing, in savings. I had nothing, to back me up. And the pension that I would have been getting at that point would not do it. I would have had to be a burden on my children and I would have had to live with my children. I don't want to be a burden on my children. I've always been the caregiver. I've always been the one that has taken care of everybody. I don't want to lose that status in my life, right? Not when I'm capable of doing it. So I thought, I've got to do something. What am I going to do? So I'm not real tech savvy because, I used to work on my computer 12 to 14 hours every day, but it was doing accounting programs and database programs, anything to do with business. But at the end of the day, I'd close my computer and walk away. So I had no idea about social media. It was foreign to me. And, when they're saying words like Twitter and Instagram and Pinterest, I'm saying, what kind of words are those? Like, what are they? So I had a huge learning curve, but I did the same as everybody else did. I registered on the website and with my name and my email address. And I went and I watched that 90-minute information session. It was the best 90 minutes I have spent in my adulthood. I'll tell you. because that's the point that changed my life. Did I have a learning curve? You want to bet your bottom dollar I did. I had a big learning curve because I didn't know how to put a picture on Facebook. And they're saying, you have to have your picture on Facebook. And I'm saying, I keep a duct tape over my camera so people can't see me. You know, I was one of those people, even though my daughter said, Mom, unless your camera's on, people can't see you. But anyways, I started the business, and I started going through the training step by step by step. And many times I had to do that same step over because it wasn't what I was accustomed to. It wasn't what I was used to. It wasn't what, you know, it was new to me. So I wanted to make sure that if I'm going to do this, I'm going to do it right the first time. I'm going to do it right. So that's what I did. And I started building this business, and I thank God every day that he brought me to this business, because it not only has changed my finances and given me the opportunity to live in this beautiful country of Mexico, where it's warm 24/7, you know, 365 days a year. I was living in Fort McMurray, Alberta, Canada, and it can get minus 52 in the winter months. Very cold. So I have moved here, and it's all due to this business. But I give all the glory to God because he brought me to this business. But it hasn't just changed me financially. It has changed me spiritually too. It has changed me mentally, and it has changed me physically. My health is the best that it has been in years and years and years. So it's amazing when you are stress-free and you have such positive people to work with on a daily basis. And another thing about this business too, there's no competition. Everybody's willing to help each other. And that's what we were put on the face of the earth to do, was to help each other, not to condemn each other or to judge each other. We were put here to be equals and to help each other. And that's what this business is all about. And I absolutely have such a passion for this business. I don't understand why everybody isn't involved, right?
Yeah, so and absolutely, when you successful, you have the other viewer very well. So when you start your business, and I like your strong thinking. You tell, I'm not too old, I can learn. So and you say everybody, I learn like a kid. When
Yes.
the kids step back, and you like the same too. So how do you feel when you start and you have the other billboard and you didn't know social media?
Oh gosh, I was overwhelmed and of course skeptical. Everybody that starts something that is out of their comfort zone is skeptical. And you know, if they're not, I don't know if they're normal. But anyways, they have to have a little bit of skepticism there and a little bit of fear. But you know, I had to start living by faith and not fear. I had to believe in myself. I had to believe that I wasn't too old, that I could do this, that I was capable of learning. I had to believe in the system. I had to believe in the business. I had to have faith in it all. So I had that faith. But you know, when I first started, thank God I had a 12-year-old grandson that was a computer geek, because I said to him, Case, Grandma needs help. I don't know how to put my picture on Facebook. And he said, oh, Grandma, that's easy. Like, you know, so he showed me, and I'm taking notes, and he's telling me everything to do and to put my picture on Facebook, got it on there. And I thought, I can do this. So, you know, I went out because it was a Sunday, and Sunday's family day. In my household, we don't work on Sundays. It's our day of family. And I was out there, you know, so we went out and visited, and I thought, you know, we had our dinner, and they all go home late, and I get my dishes done and cleaned up, and I go right back into my office, and I think, I can do this. And I look at my notes, and I said, oh my God, what is
You
that?
can do it.
I didn't even know what I had written down, but he had taught me how to Google. And he said, you Google, you just type in, how do I put a picture on Facebook using my MacBook Pro, ? I said, okay, I can do this. So I did that. And I'm getting everything up there. It's about cars, it's about jewelry, it's about makeup, it's about everything else. I'm thinking, that's not what I did. So talk about doing the same thing and expecting different results. I did it. I don't know how many hours that night I did the same thing. And the next day I had to wait for Tace to get home from school. So as soon as he got home from school, I'm on the phone. Tacey, honey, this isn't working for Grandma. And he said, well, what do you see in Grandma? And I told him, and he said, well, down on the bottom right-hand corner of your screen, it will say skip ad. Click on that and your answer will be there. And I said, well, that wasn't in my notes. So I had to be specific. People had to be specific. I had no common sense when it came to social media, right? I needed to have it step by step. And thank God that our training is like that, step by step by step, right? So anyways, I got it figured out and I do it and I teach other people how to do that now. I'm still not super tech savvy. I still have difficulties with some areas, but I learn what I need to learn to do this business, right? And I can do it very well now with what I learned. So, and it changes. Social media changes on a daily basis, but we have the most awesome training team, group of people that are on top of it instantly. So, you can't leave. And one of the things my 12-year-old grandson said to me, he said, Grandma, you always told us, he said, I've heard you tell everybody that you can do whatever you put your mind to. You just have to get it in your heart and do it. He said, I'm telling you, Grandma, you can do this. So, sometimes those words come back to get you, right? And that's what he did with me. And I'm telling everybody out there that's watching, you can do this. It does not matter where you're from or how old you are or where you live or what your background is or what your education was. I have all kinds of degrees. It didn't help me a bit. I started the same place as everybody else did, right? So I'm here to tell everybody, jump on board, try it out. The only way to fail in this business is to quit. But let me tell you, it's not get rich quick. It takes time, but it'll be worth it in the end.
Yeah, wonderful, so wonderful.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm very happy to see your happiness and your fulfillment right now after time, right? Then you can, I see that when you are like, even we do everything when we are not really like, we don't know everything, right? We don't know like the tech, or we don't know the kind of Facebook or how to type, but we still can do it. Yes. Once we believe in ourselves, right? Exactly. So I can see that in you, a very strong will to do whatever you want and to reach the goal that you set for your life. And I see that you do a lot of things for other people, even for your family and for the community as well. So I am having a question here. I have a question here. Do you think that giving is the key in your doing business here?
And it is the key. And, one of the things that I'm really happy and so grateful that I did 7 years ago was I asked Mike and Darren, can I start a 50 plus group for everybody over the age of 50? Because we're slower than, the younger people coming in because they grew up with the technology and the social media. Most of us, of that age, we didn't. So they said, yes, please. So, we went on and people would ask me a question, how do you do that? And I'd say, I don't have a clue, but let's figure it out. Let's do a Zoom and let's figure it out. And we're still doing that one day a week, every week since the day that I started that group. And I am so grateful for it. And we pertain to the newer people coming in or to the ones that are struggling. And we work out those situations to help each other. So, and this is people helping people. Everybody helps everybody. That's whether they're financially tied together or not. And that's what this business is the most important. My favorite part of all this business is the people helping people.
Teamwork is key, right?
Yes.
I really like the sentence that you have said here. I don't have a clue, but let's just figure it out, right? Yes. So when we decide to figure it out, then the path or the road to success gonna be clearer. It's not clear right at the first time we start doing anything, right? But it got clearer. It's gonna be clearer when we decide to do it and we decide to open the road, right?
And we have accountability partners now that you can choose somebody, like, if say, because my mentors are the leaders of the company. So they didn't have the time to spend with one-on-one all the time. So you can get accountability partners and work with them, whether you're tied together or not. You have something in common, and you can deal with your frustrations together, and you can work it out. And and I find with the group, the 50 plus group, is like, what one person doesn't know, somebody will know the answer. So we all work together as a group, and that is amazing. And teams, I find that teams do that as well. They're working together better as groups now. And you don't have to be left alone. That's what I'm trying to say. You don't ever have to feel you're alone in this company. Someone said, well, I can't contact my mentor. I can't find my mentor. Well, there's all kinds of mentors out there. Somebody will be willing. And we have all those chat groups on all the different topics. So if you have a question about a certain thing, you put it in that chat group, right? They're the professionals in there. They're the ones that are working through all of these. So you have the exact places to put the question. There's no reason why everybody doesn't join this business. I don't understand it, because you young people that are in this business, it melts my heart. Because, and I've told this on a lot of my Zoom calls, that, I gave my children books one year to fill out about the good, the bad, the ugly of their childhood, what they'd change, what they wouldn't change, what they liked, what they disliked. And after I gave it to them, and I said, don't give it back quickly, because you're all adults now and you're going to be having families of your own. Maybe this will change how you parent. Maybe you won't make the mistakes that I made. So then I gave it to them, and I thought, oh no, maybe that was wrong. I don't want to know what kind of a bad mother I was. I don't want to know these things. But anyways, my youngest daughter gave it back with, in about 3 months. And I thought, oh no, this cannot be good. This can't be good. But I read it, and like, I shed tears of joy. I shed tears of happiness. But the one thing that really will haunt me the rest of my life is the only thing that she would have changed in her childhood is she wished her mother would have been home more. I worked all the time. So when I see you young people here that have younger children, like you're, or haven't started a family yet, what an amazing opportunity this is for you guys. My goodness, work from anywhere. I've been down on the beach, and worked my business with my phone on the beach, because I didn't have to be there all the time. And I've got everything on my phone that I have on my computer. I've worked on it in airports. I've worked on it on the side of the road. You get something, you pull over to the side of the road, you deal with it, and you keep going, So and that's what it's called. It's online. It's a portable business. It's digital. You need a phone and a cell phone, right? And you can do this business, and it doesn't matter, 18 years or 100 years old. You have your mind, you can do the business.
Yeah,
that's right. That's right, Mama. Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, Mama. Yes, Mrs. The reason why I started doing business is to have a time for my kids as well. Previously, I just worked as a teacher, primarily as a teacher only. I didn't do business before. But then when I started being pregnant, and being about to give birth to the first son, I started to think about doing business, because if I don't do business, then if I hadn't been doing business, then I would have to work from early morning till very late at night, not just afternoon, late at night. So it's very exhausted. So I do think that doing business is the greatest way to have finance and also time for our family, to support our family, right?
Yes. And, kids, like when I was living in Canada and doing my business, my grandson was living with us, and he was 4 years old at the time.
Yeah.
And that's not the 12-year-old. This is a different one. Anyways, he was living with us at the time, and he would say, I would be doing go lives, on my Facebook pages, and he would pop on. He'd say, join my grandma's business, go to her webinar. Like, kids are your best supporters. And the children and the grandchildren out there, let them join in on those. I used to say, come on, Leighton, it's time to do our Zoom call today, right? And he would join in with me, and he would say, join my grandma's business. And then he'd say, she takes me for ice cream. Kids are kids. Let them help you with your business. Make them feel a part of it. And someday they will be your business owners, because right now, this business, I have it in my will, and I have it willed to my children. God forbid anything should happen to me, which it won't. I'm going to live to be 120, still driving my car healthy and doing the business. But anyways, if anything did, I have it willed to my children. Now, they can sit back and survive on the money I have coming in every month. Or they could step into the business and build it bigger and better than I ever did. And I hope that's what they do when the time comes, whether it'll be my children or my grandchildren. But they all need to be active and know what we're doing and to help you. And having small children, oh my gosh, everybody loves babies and kids, right? Everybody does. Take advantage in using them for your business, right?
Yeah. Your story reminded me. Your story reminded me about the time when I first started this business, this online business. It was about 2.5 years ago. At that time, my second son was just little, under 1 year old, not yet 1 year old. And when I do the coaching call with the people, I was breastfeeding him when doing the coaching,
right? Yes.
And I think there's no business that I can do it out there, right? This is the only business that I can breastfeed my son. Why? Working with the people all over the world. That's
exactly.
Yeah.
And that's the joy. This business is so flexible for all generations. And like, if I had not found this business, 6 years ago, I don't know where I'd be today, because I wouldn't be still own my home in Canada. I would have had to sell that because I wouldn't have been able to afford it. And I would have been living with a child that I couldn't afford to help. And that would have been devastating for me if I wouldn't have been able to help my children when they need me. And, I wouldn't be able to go and jump an airplane and travel to the other side of the country to visit my children that live on that side of the country, because my children are scattered, right? And I wouldn't be able to do that. Like right now, I have my flights all booked to go visit two of my sons in Ontario, Canada. I have it booked to go to Fort McMurray to visit my daughters. I have it booked to go to Calgary to our conference. I have it booked to go to Rocky Mountain House to my sisters to visit for a while. I have it booked to go to New Brunswick to visit my grandchildren in New Brunswick, and then back to Toronto, and then back to Mexico. So I would not be able to do that if I had not found this business. People just don't understand how difficult it is for people my age that are living on a fixed retirement budget. It's not easy at all. It's a situation. And people our age, we still want to do things. We want to be active, but we want to be able to afford to do these things. I've seen many families that, the parents retire and they go and sit in their home in a rocking chair waiting for one day closer to die. Right? Every morning, putting my feet on the floor saying, thank you, Lord, for giving me another day. There was a few times that I didn't think I was going to have another day. And who can I be a blessing to today? I'm not going to look for, is it today I'm dying? No. I'm looking for who I can be a blessing to. And all people my age want that. Whether people realize it or not, they don't want to sit home in a rocking chair and do nothing. They want to stay active. They want to do things. They want to socialize. Like socialization in seniors is so important. And I've had people join this group and they say, you know what, we really don't need the money, but we love the socialization part of it. Well, you know what? Whatever it is that makes them happy doing this online business.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah, right. So we very happy and socialize and connect every people closer and closer and have people happy and happier. And we can bring our family on social media and we can create a lot of our story and we keep this for kids, right? Safe for kids when they grew up. So I'm appreciate everything when I joined this business. So and I think and global online business is a gift, you know. And we I had changed my life when I started business. Yeah. So I didn't know you before. So so and this business connect you, me and Rosie work together. So amazing, right?
Yes. Yeah. This is, and I can't wait to get to Vietnam. I have met so many people from Vietnam, whether they're living there or they're living, like there's you, Rosie, in Vietnam, and they're not in the US, but you're Vietnamese. And I've met so many people like that. Like, I've got to go to Vietnam. I have to go to the Philippines. I need to go to Australia. I need to go to these places and meet everybody face to face. That is a dream I have. And that is my bucket list, and it will, because, you know, I'm probably one of the fewest people that ever completed their bucket list in full. I did my first bucket list I completed it in full a few years ago. Now I have a new bucket list, and I plan on completing it in full too. Right?
Yeah. Awesome. And I really look forward to seeing you here in Vietnam. I'm living in Hanoi, Vietnam. So whenever you come to Vietnam, don't forget to visit the capital city of Vietnam, Hanoi, right? And I will welcome you. And I think that all the dream, the people, the business owner in our community who are living in Hanoi, Vietnam, are really looking forward to seeing you here as well.
I can't wait, because I love knowing the cultures in the different countries. Like when I first came to Mexico, you know, you're coming to Mexico, you know, 25 years ago, and you're going to resorts and you're doing things like that. But I wanted to know the real Mexico. So I went out among the small villages and stayed with local people in their villages and, you know, slept in hammocks for the first time in my life, and, you know, doing things like that and eating the Mexican foods. And I fell in love with Mexico. You know, I've done that in the Dominican and Jamaican and a few other, the smaller, you know, islands and countries. But I want to do that in Vietnam. I want to go there. I don't want to go and stay at a resort. I want to see the real Vietnam. I want to go visit the homes. I want to go meet the people. You know, and it's the same with the Philippines and the different countries I want to go to. Because, you know, it's not all glory, right?
Yeah, right. And all these buckets is on your hands, right? You can do it. Yeah.
Yes.
Thanks to this business.
Exactly.
Yeah. Mrs. Ngafan, you want to ask her something?
Okay, so can I say something Vietnamese for everybody? Okay, Debra?
Yes, please.
Các bạn biết là khi mà Ngà làm business này thì Ngà không có giỏi tiếng Anh và 20 năm Ngà không có nói chuyện được với người nước ngoài. Mà tại sao bây giờ Ngà có thể nói được? Tại vì mình phải thả mình trong một môi trường với người nước ngoài thì tự nhiên là nó sẽ có đường mà nó lên. Và bà Debra thì đã bà 60 tuổi rồi. Bạn đầu tiên thì bà không có biết về social media, bà không biết về Facebook, không biết gì đâu. Và bà nói rằng bà sau khi về hưu thì bà muốn làm một cái gì đó có ý nghĩa, ví dụ như là bà có thể có tiền thoải mái hơn để mua kem cho các cháu và mua những quà cho các cháu. Nhưng mà không ngờ là cái business này làm cho bà thay đổi cuộc đời, và bà đã làm được social media với cái tuổi về hưu. Thì mình là những người trẻ thì mình hoàn toàn có thể làm được. Và giống như Ngà không nói được tiếng Anh, bây giờ Ngà cũng có thể nói chuyện với Thơ với bà. Thì bạn thấy là cái business nó work đến cỡ nào để cho người già, người trẻ và người không biết cũng có thể biết, và công nghệ không biết thì bây giờ làm cái này cũng biết. Là bà có chia sẻ là people help people, right Debra? People help people and we can grow up, right? Đó là giúp cho mình trở nên tốt hơn nhờ teamwork. Và nếu bạn không biết thì bạn đã có coach người Việt Nam rồi, vậy thì bạn ngại gì nữa, đúng không coach Thơ?
Awesome.
Yeah, awesome. It's very awesome and amazing. And I think that, as you can see, thanks to this business, Mrs. Debra, she is living an amazing life. She can do whatever she wants. I think that not a lot of people can do such a lot of things as hers, right? But we still can create the kind of break the record in our life if we decide to do, right?
Yeah.
She can do a lot of things in her life, and you can do too if you decide to do this amazing business. And if you listen to the story that she told us, right, she has been telling us, you're gonna see that even before doing this business, Debra is definitely a person of giving. And while doing this business, she also a person of giving. What she give everything she has to dedicate for her team, for the community, and I can see her very big support in the community as well. And now when she's very successful in this business, she can help back her family as well and do whatever she wants. I really admire you, Mrs. Debra. Thank you very much for sharing your very great story with us.
Thank you for giving me the opportunity to share it. I have such a passion for this business. I could talk about it all day.
Yeah.
Thank you, Debra. Thank you. Everything you deserve is all because you work hard, and working has paid off everything for you. So, and you enjoy something, and your work through, and you can go with the kid and travel and do anything.
Yeah.
Grateful,
and
grateful.
Maybe we will not take a lot of your time, but before we going to stop, I want to say something in Vietnamese to the Vietnamese audience, please. Mọi người ơi, như vậy thì mọi người đã lắng nghe câu chuyện của bà Debra, và mọi người thấy rằng là bà là một người phụ nữ vô cùng tuyệt vời. Trong suốt cái hành trình của câu chuyện của bà thì rõ ràng bà là một người cho đi rất là rộng lượng. Từ cái lúc mà rất là khó khăn ban đầu cho đến cái lúc mà làm business thì bà vượt qua mọi những cái khó khăn để bà có thể giúp được bản thân mình trước. Sau đó là bà giúp cho cộng đồng, đúng không ạ? Và khi mà bà đã thành công rồi, bà có thể giúp lại được cho gia đình của bà. Và trong suốt cái quá trình mà phát triển như vậy thì mọi người thấy rằng rõ ràng cho đi không phải là để nhận lại, nhưng khi mà người ta cho đi một cách không vụ lợi, người ta cho đi với những cái kiến thức, kỹ năng, kinh nghiệm bằng tất cả cái trái tim, thì rõ ràng cái sự nhận lại nó xứng đáng hơn rất là nhiều, mà chúng ta cũng không thể nào mà lường trước được, đúng không ạ? Rõ ràng đấy là một cái món quà vô giá của cuộc sống. Và nếu như mà mọi người thực sự là cũng có cùng cái quan điểm như vậy thì đây là một cái business vô cùng tuyệt vời. Thank you, Mrs. Debra. And if you want to say something to the audience, especially the Vietnamese, the Vietnamese audience, what would you like to say?
Join this business. Don't wait. Don't procrastinate. Just do it. My goodness, look at these two ladies here. Just don't procrastinate. Don't have fear. Just get your faith. Believe in yourself. And because we believe in you and we know you can do it. And I need lots of people to come visit when I go to Vietnam. So join in as soon as you can.
Yeah. And we're going to see you in Vietnam. Yeah.
You can do it. I can do it. And we can do it. Turn up now. Yeah.
Thank you and goodbye. Thank you very much, Mrs. Debra.
Thank you, Debra.
You're welcome. Thank you.
Thank you, everybody.
Yeah. Bye-bye.